Right now, an animal somewhere in your home is watching you. It knows your smell, your voice, your routine, but it has absolutely no idea what you are. And that raises a strange question. Does it know it's your pet? Does a dog understand it belongs to a human family? Does a cat know it lives inside a world built by another species? The answer is far stranger than most people realize. Because animals probably don't think of themselves as pets at all. They think something else is happening entirely. To know you are a pet sounds simple. But what would an animal actually need to understand for that to even be possible? Think about what the word pet actually means. A pet is not just an animal living in a house. A pet is a relationship. For an animal to truly understand I am a pet, it would need to figure out three things. First, it would need to understand what it is. Second, it would need to understand what a human is. Third, it would need to understand the relationship between the two. That one creature feeds the other, protects the other, controls where the other lives. Those are complex ideas. Humans understand them without thinking. But animals work very differently. Scientists cannot ask a dog whether it knows it is a pet. So researchers approached the problem from the opposite direction. Instead of asking what dogs think about themselves, they asked, what does a dog think a human is? And dogs give the closest thing to an answer that science has found so far. Dogs are remarkable at reading people. They recognize individual voices. They pick up on facial expressions. Many can even detect when their owner is upset or stressed before that person realizes it themselves. But there is one thing dogs do that almost no other animal does naturally. Point a finger across a room, and most dogs immediately look in that direction. That sounds like nothing. But think about it. Wolves raised by humans cannot reliably do this. Chimpanzees struggle with it. Yet puppies often understand the gesture almost immediately, sometimes with zero training. Over thousands of years of living alongside people, dogs evolved to pay attention to humans in a way no other animal does. Not as background noise, not as just another creature in the environment, as something important. Something special. Researchers found something even more striking when studying the bond between dogs and their owners. When a dog and a human make prolonged eye contact, both experience a rise in oxytocin, the same bonding hormone that surges between parents and their children, the same chemical, the same response. Researchers tested the same experiment with wolves. It did not happen. This response appears to be unique to the relationship between dogs and humans. So does a dog know it is a pet? Probably not in the way humans define it. What a dog seems to understand is something much more direct. This is my human. This human is where safety comes from. That bond may matter more than any label. Cats create a completely different puzzle. For years, the popular belief was that cats were emotionally distant and mostly indifferent to humans. Research has shown that is wrong. Many cats form strong attachments to their owners. In unfamiliar or stressful situations, cats frequently use their humans as a source of safety, the same way young children use their parents. But here is where it gets interesting. Some animal behavior researchers believe cats do not think of humans as a separate superior species at all. There is evidence to suggest cats treat humans similarly to how they treat other cats. Think about the behaviors. Cats rub their heads against people. They groom people. They curl up beside people. Every single one of those is a social behavior cats normally use only with cats they trust. Then there is the meow. Adult cats almost never meow at other adult cats. The sound is used almost exclusively with humans. Over generations of domestication, cats appear to have developed a communication system built specifically for people. A language created between two completely different species. A cat probably does not think, I am a pet. What it may think is something closer to. This large, strange creature is part of my social world. The category is human. The relationship is something else entirely. But dogs and cats are not the only animals living inside human homes. Parrots can recognize individual humans by sight and voice. Some form deep bonds with a single person and show what researchers describe as jealousy when that person's attention goes elsewhere. Rabbits learn the routines of their households. Guinea pigs respond to familiar voices. Even fish can learn to distinguish the specific people who feed them from everyone else. Across species that seem to have nothing in common, the same pattern keeps appearing. Animals learn who matters. They learn who provides safety. They learn who provides food. They build a map of who belongs in their world and who does not. But none of that requires understanding ownership. An animal can have a deep relationship with a human without understanding the concept of being owned by one. The relationship is real. The label does not exist in their world. And this is where the whole question flips. Humans organize the world into categories: pet, owner, family, animal. These categories feel obvious and natural to people. Animals organize the world differently. They organize it by patterns. The sound that means food is coming, the face that means safety, the routine that means the day is starting, the familiar smell that means nothing is wrong. Animals learn what happens next. That prediction, what comes after this moment, is how they map reality. Not through labels, through lived experience. A dog does not know it is a pet. A cat does not know it is a pet. A parrot does not know it is a pet. Because pet is a category invented by humans. No animal was ever taught that word. No animal ever needed it. Here is the strange truth at the end of all of this. Animals probably spend very little time wondering what they are. What they spend their time doing is learning who they can trust, who feeds them, who protects them, who belongs in their world. A dog does not know about pet stores or adoption papers. A cat does not know about ownership or leases. They never learned the category humans built for them, but they learned something else. Out of every living thing on this planet, they chose one specific human. One familiar face. One source of safety in a world that does not always make sense. They may have no idea they are pets. They just know you are theirs.